Hey cats, Ed MidsoleBud here. More new incoming shoe models to examine. It's time to say yay or nay to 4 soon to be released or recently released running shoes. Will I be picking them up for review on the channel or not? It may well be that another shoe tuber is going to do them more justice, so I'll leave them on the virtual shelves for the time being. It might be that they simply don't work out in my current marathon shoe rotation. It's not me saying that the shoe's gold or trash. That can't be known till I get them in hand and on foot. It's yay or nay time. Let's rock. Thanks for tuning in, people. It is always appreciated. If you have yet to do so, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. As does hitting the notifications too, so you don't miss out when we launch the new videos. Another thing you can do to help us out on our quest to 1 million subscribers is by hitting that like button, but also sharing the video with your running buddies. Dankeschön. If you want to help the channel out on a more ad hoc basis as well, you can give us a super thanks down below. Every few Earth credits helps to keep the shoes rolling in. Okay, first shoe up today is the ULTRABOOST 23 from Adidas. Okay, so this first one up today gives me fond memories when I kind of got back into running after a bit of a break. Hit my 30s and I was like, I need to do something about this. I picked up an ULTRABOOST model round about then and it kind of got me back into the whole thing. The 23rd version of the ULTRABOOST is set to launch in February, but is it worth picking up? The last couple have been pretty heavy slabs of ULTRABOOST. Not quite the same stuff, I think, as we had in perhaps the 18 and 19. I barely make a dent into that stuff with my beanpole-like frame. This time though, things are different, with Adidas opting for a slightly different midsole foam combination. It's called Light Boost, and that is now the main midsole foam. Though quite what that means exactly remains to be seen. The shoe appears to be loaded onto some sites now with an all-black upper version, along with a mainly white and red upper too. The LEP Linear Energy Push plate is still there on the sort of outsole, midsole section, along with that PrimeKnit Plus upper material that I found did a pretty good job in the last couple of versions of the shoe to keep my foot firmly upon that midsole. I did find a large portion of the actual foam in the shoe seems to cup around the heel, so don't expect some ridiculous stack. It created an extremely stable landing platform, albeit a rather weighty one. That's been the key issue with the ULTRABOOST model over the last couple of iterations. Just a lot heavier than I remember, where you got the likes of Puma, Asics, New Balance and pretty much everybody else all using lighter, more cushioned foams. Boost is starting to become a more niche material. Hence my anticipation to see what this Light Boost stuff is all about, what it might bring in terms of a lighter feel to a very popular shoe. Loads of people like the ULTRABOOST. Kind of rides a fine line between sort of casual use and a running shoe. Again, running isn't a one size fits all. The right tools are needed for the right people. The mystery surrounding Light Boost though is just too much for me to turn this one down, so I'm going to give it a yay on the ULTRABOOST 23 from Adidas. Shoe 2. A very audacious design up next from MIZUNO. Now, I've only tried a couple of MIZUNO shoes over the last few years. They've been a bit hit or miss, to be honest with you, quite weighty sometimes. A bit of a confused design here and there, though this one absolutely takes the biscuit. The Wave Dual Pro QTR is one bizarre shoe. You've got a very large midfoot stack there with a wide base and next to no cushion at all in the heel. In fact, you could say there's none at all. Like a cross between the front end of a Vaporfly and the back end of a pair of running spikes. Now, the weirdest thing about this shoe is it actually qualifies to be used on the track at events over 800 meters due to the heel stack. I mean, you could use it for road and cross country if you wanted to as well. I can't imagine anyone doing that, but you could. Can't imagine anyone wearing it for a marathon either. I'm quite amazed that Mizuno have gone this far to create a shoe that is going to appeal to a very niche range of people. It's a very bold move, you have to say. The foam used this time around is a P-back space formula to minimise the weight of the shoe and provide that now industry standard feel in the midsole. Nothing's quite as forgiving as that P-back space stuff, and Mizuno know it. Obviously that'll help with the weight of this strange beast, which is reported to be around 190 grams or 6.7 ounces for a US men's size 9. So that's pretty reasonable really for a running shoe. It's a very low weight, although there's not really an awful lot of midsole there to account for that weight, I suppose. Quite what this shoe is for, well, that's up for debate. I can't see anybody wearing it for a nice long slow run on a Sunday. Certainly not a recovery shoe, maybe a shorter distance blaster. I think the outsole gives it away though, with that very specific grip pattern and I believe this one to be a track-based shoe, which will provide something different than the standard spike-based models. Perhaps an attempt to maximise the amount of foam in the mid to forefoot, but stay within the guidelines of the heel stack rules. I mean, this shoe's going to demand a lot of discipline, isn't it? Only very specific people and mid to forefoot runners are going to get anything from this one. I'm simply not going to be able to do this one justice. My access to the track is very limited. An interesting shoe design and innovative to the max, but it's a nay for me on this one. The Mizuno Wave Dual Pro QTR is just simply one of those shoes that I'm not going to be able to do justice to. Shoe 3, the Peregrine Falcon, is one of the fastest animals on earth. Not when it's just sort of flying around, like standard stuff, but when it dives down for its prey, it can reach almost 200 miles an hour. It's about 320 kilometers an hour. That's insane. Staggering speed, but why am I telling you all of this? Maybe you'll be able to go just as fast with the new Saucony Peregrine 13. The new one from Saucony features a power run midsole, a trail-based design for the most inhospitable terrain going, that wild power track outsole, talon-like grip, or so they say. I believe this is set to launch in February from Saucony. I think it will make for some significant competition to the Terrakiga 8. Those lower weight trail offerings, people seem to really dig those. They offer speed and nimble feel with the right balance of cushion and protection. I'm glad to see that a Power Run Plus insole was included in the package, and also a GTX Gore-Tex version too for the extremely wet and muddy days where your routes may be saturated with water and flooding. That's pretty much all of my local runs right now. It's been loads of rain, snow, ice. It's just made running pretty difficult right now. Serious lugs here, and certainly a match for the local forests and uneven plains. I had a pretty bad experience with the Terrakiga 8 last year from Nike. I haven't felt inclined to touch it since. It was just pretty poor, very unstable shoe. As such, the Saucony seems a good bet to get me back out there on the trails with a bit of confidence underfoot. So I think I'm going to say yay for the Peregrine 13 this time round. And it's just the right time for this shoe to come out as well. We seem to be having very, very harsh winter conditions right now. Certainly for the UK anyway. It could make a good comparison to the Pegasus Trail 4. Everybody keeps telling me to pick that one up and how great it is. They seem to love the cushion from a general sort of road to trail perspective. So a firm yay on the Peregrine 13, probably the GTX version a better bet. I may even pick up that Peg Trail 4 as well for a direct comparison. Some slippery forest fun could be on the way. Shoe number 4, last one for today. The other day I said that this one had no fanfare whatsoever. It's certainly got lots now. The Endorphin Elite finally has some official information, and it dispels a few myths that have been forming regarding the shoe. Saucony have stated it's a 40mm heel stack now, 32mm in the forefoot, so we got about an 8mm drop, and only 204 grams of weight. That's the men's sample size, so it makes it a race legal shoe. This does surprise me though, people. Where does it leave the Endorphin Pro 3? That was Saucony's marathon shoe, Supreme Squash with a super light upper. This could almost be a replacement for that shoe. We do have a Forky style carbon plate now, which is split in the forefoot. Two big sections of the Power Run HG foam. Not entirely sure what HG stands for, maybe we'll find out soon. Apparently that foam offers more rebound, and we should have some squash from that Power Run PB insole once again. Now this stuff certainly looks closer to Zoom X than we've ever had, so I'm going to expect something similar to Nike's underfoot feel here. Weight stats are exactly as per the Endorphin Pro 3, and Saucony is stating that the Endorphin Elite can be used from anything from a 5k to the marathon. Now there's one thing that isn't close, and that is the price on this one. The Endorphin Pro 3 currently retails standard price of 210 Earth credits. The Endorphin Elite is up on the Saucony website, coming soon for 280. So 70 extra Earth credits there. There's about 0.5 millimeter of extra foam in the heel on the forefoot. Effectively less carbon plate because it's split and forked in the forefoot area, though we do have a new rubber outsole design on the Endorphin Elite. That's a huge hike over the Endorphin Pro 3, and it takes the Endorphin Elite above the Alphafly Next Percent 2 in terms of cost. That is going to make this shoe out of people's budget, especially right now where we live in very difficult economic times. It's a shoe that probably only elite runners are going to consider right now. I mean, I can feel a shoe rotation video coming along, you know, 3-4 shoes for the price of the Endorphin Elite. It's an intriguing shoe and all, but it is one release that makes loads of other models seem almost sensible in price. I'm talking to you, the Prime X and the Alpha Fly. My word, £280. I think if the opportunity comes up to test it, I'd be very, very keen. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Let me know whether it's a yay or nay on the 4 shoes in today's video down in the comments. Musical interlude time. Big fan of Mac DeMarco, so I was very interested and excited to hear his new offerings. He has a new album out called 5 Easy Hot Dogs. It's all instrumental stuff though, so don't come in here expecting some wacky lyrics. There's some wacky tones though, certainly some weird synthesizer stuff going on. Apparently he recorded this while doing a road trip all across America. Just sat up in different places and recorded these instrumentals for you. I guess it's a woozy collection of material, maybe a good one for some long runs or just general relaxing and chilling out. Interesting to see him doing something completely different to the norm. No quick poppy tunes this time round. More like atmospheric kind of music. Almost like paintings, I suppose. Little fragments of memories and stuff. Worth checking out though, certainly if you're into his tunes. 5 Easy Hot Dogs from Mac DeMarco. Thanks for tuning in, people. It is always appreciated. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications. Also give this video a thumbs up, like, and share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you